Okay, so 1 to 1 starter ratio this is 125 grams starter, 125 grams flour, 125 grams water. I'm going to mix all of that up and I'm going to set it aside until it doubles. Once it's doubled, I'm going to do 200 grams starter. I'm going to do 375 grams water, mix that up, and then I'm going to add 500 grams of flour. And I'm going to mix that up. It takes a while, probably like 2 to 3 minutes, but the goal is to get all of the dry spots gone. So once that's done, you're going to cover it up. You can use a towel, or I use these little disposable shower cap things. And then I'm going to set that aside for 30 minutes. After the 30 minutes, I'm going to put a little oil and I'm going to add 10 grams of salt. And I'm going to, I feel like I added more salt than 10 grams. That seems like a lot. But anyways, I dimple the dough like that. And then once I've got all the salt incorporated, I'm going to start my first round of stretch and folds. So you're going to pull the dough up and you're going to put it back down over itself and then rotate the bowl, and you're going to repeat that for each side. So once you've done that, you're going to put your shower cap back on and you're going to set it aside. I do this 4 times. So this is the first time. Every 30 minutes, I'm going to do another set for 4 times. And then once I've done it 4 times, I'm going to set it aside to bulk ferment for about 4 to 6 hours until it gets jiggly like this with the bubbles up top. So this is like 9 o'clock, I think I'm doing this. So I'm going to turn it out on the counter, put it into a rectangle shape, and then I'm going to tri-fold it. So this side is going to kind of go in the middle. I slowed it down so you could see. So it's going to kind of go there, and then the left side's going to go over that. And then I'm going to roll it up like a giant burrito, like one of those Chipotle burritos. You're just going to roll it all the way up. And then you're going to do this kind of pull motion. So it kind of is hard. Don't worry too much about it. The goal is to just make sure that there's surface tension on the top of the dough. So we're just going to keep on doing that. You can kind of see the bubbles on top. And then I'm going to put it in this Banneton basket. I'm going to put my shower cap back on, and then I'm going to put that in the fridge overnight. So this is the next morning that I'm preheating my oven to 500 degrees with the Dutch oven inside. Once it's preheated, I'm going to take my dough out of the fridge. It's going to be nice and cold. I'm going to turn it onto these little silicone mats. If you don't have one of these, you can just use parchment paper, but these make it really easy to bake. So I'm going to turn it out, be very confident and quick with it. And then I'm going to dust it with rice flour and rub that all over the top. And then once I've done that, we're going to start scoring. So you're going to do a big expansion score, which is very important. That's right here. It's about 1/4 inch deep. And then this one is for decoration, is these little decorative scores. You can do whatever you want there. You're going to put that in the oven, lid on, for 20 minutes at 500 degrees. So I'm doing that here. Once the time is up, you're going to just take the lid off. And you're going to drop the temperature to 450 degrees. So that's me taking the lid off. The rise has happened. Now we need to crisp it up. So put it back in the oven at 450 with the lid off for another 25 minutes. Once that's done, I am temping it to 205, so 205 degrees. You don't have to do that. It's usually done, but I just like to double check. You're going to remove it carefully. You can put it on like a cooling rack if you have one. You just want to let it rest for minimum an hour. It's really best to do like 2 or 3 hours. And then here is the crumb shot.